May 1st, 2025. Trump admits no mistakes amid falling economy and approval ratings. Trump to kids. Say goodbye to your toys. Prez in fantasy world. U.S. and Ukraine reach deal for minimal profits. Agreement would help fund rebuilding after war. Democrats beat David Hogg into six-figure ransom payment after he tried to destroy party from within. Did Michelle Obama just call herself a black man, or is she just really bad at transitions? Former National Security Advisor John Bolton warns Hegseth should resign for his own safety's sake. People who fled authoritarian regimes say Trump's tactics remind them of home. More than 100 DOJ employees resign rather than execute Trump's assault on civil rights. SOS scrawled in dirt by men fearing deportation to El Salvador prison. Judge orders student behind firebombing of Missouri Tesla released from federal custody. Detention would interrupt suspect's gender-affirming care treatment. RFK Jr. will order placebo testing for new vaccines, alarming health experts. Trump gold card idea faced pushback during House Judiciary budget talks. Monster earthquake could sink swath of California, dramatically heightening flood risk, study says. 180-year-old private South Carolina University is closing after a $6 million fundraising drive fails. Alec Baldwin's awful rust is haunted by deadly shooting. Could a gorilla beat 100 men in a fight? This question's electrifying the world. Now a top expert gives fascinating definitive answer, and it's not what you expect. Russia is a nation of winners, says Putin. May 2nd, 2025. Army plans for a potential parade on Trump's birthday call for 6,600 soldiers, AP learns. A judge finally rules Trump can't apply Alien Enemies Act to alleged gang members in the first place. Trump's new law enforcement executive order is about brutality, not safety. A witch hunt at the State Department. DNI Gabbard investigating Fauci for creating COVID-19 says we have to end gain-of-function research. U.S. ends Chinese tariff loophole, raising the cost of online goods. CIA launches Chinese spy recruitment video, reaching out to interested Chinese dissidents. Kamala Harris weighs run for governor or another presidential bid. Let's check in on Canada. Oh, they're giving parental rights to thruples now. Luigi Mangione's attorneys seek dismissal of state charges. Virginia Giuffre's dad says Prince Andrew accuser didn't die by suicide. Jill Sobol, singer of iconic 90s anthems I Kissed a Girl and Supermodel, dead at 66 in house fire. Heavy metal guitarist dies during shootout with police. Second member of band to be shot. Jeremy Renner turned down Hawkeye 2 over lower pay after accident. I'm only half the Jeremy because I got ran over? California's high-speed rail leaders sound alarm over project's financial future. Apple says most devices sold in U.S. will be from India and Vietnam. Maple leaves with Game 6. Nylander scores twice against Senators to clinch first-round playoff series. May 3rd, 2025. Trump downplays recession fears and says U.S. would be okay. Cops are already unleashed. Trump is telling them to run wild. Trump administration to cut thousands of jobs from CIA and other spy agencies. Government reaches settlement with family of January 6th rioter Ashley Babbitt. AOC is literally haunting J.D. Vance's nightmares. Maine teacher sparks outrage with calls for Secret Service to take out Trump and his administration. German intelligence designates AfD as right-wing extremist group. Five Eyes now getting sensitive space intel. Medical journals hit with threatening letters from Justice Department. Heinous attack. MS-13 inmates allegedly stab multiple corrections officers in coordinated U.S. prison attack. Shock twist as viral footage shows mom hurling vile slur at 5-year-old boy on a playground. This lady apparently went full road rage and, checks notes, pooped on another driver's car. Silver Charm, oldest living Derby winner, is still charming his fans. After PBS defunded, all Sesame Street characters forced to move in with Oscar. Harry Potter TV reboot won't secretly be infused with J.K. Rowling's anti-trans views. Even Marvel knows its movies and shows need to be better. It keeps Walt alive in the medium he pioneered. Imagineers defend new Walt Disney robot. May 4, 2025. Trump brands his opponents as communists, a label loaded with the baggage of American history. Mexico's president says she rejected Trump's plan to send U.S. troops across the border. Stephen Miller top candidate to replace Waltz as national security advisor. Showdown looms. Tom Homan explores case against AOC for obstructing immigration enforcement. Madness as Dem calls deporting gang members kidnappings. Catholics rebuke Donald Trump's AI-generated Pope image. Before a new Pope, a tug-of-war for the soul of the Catholic Church. Trump got tired of waiting for GOP lawmakers to relinquish their authority. Republicans in Congress use obscure law to roll back Biden-era regulations. The Trump administration says it will cut EPA staffing to Reagan-era levels. Pakistan will use full spectrum of power if attacked, says envoy. Man wins $167 million Powerball jackpot with his mom. Then, 4 days later, he lands in jail. Rachel Zegler seen pictured in hospital bed amid cryptic messages following $115 million Snow White flop and career nosedive. Patrick and Brittany Mahomes ride in packed cart, people hanging from sides. Days after John Elway's agent fell off one and died. Woman killed in explosion when bomb she was carrying went off in her hands. Police say Ohio deputy fatally struck by father of teen shot and killed by officer a day prior. Pennsylvania funeral home owner arrested for selling pet cremations but discarding the bodies at the dump. NYU demands law students renounce protests or be barred from sitting final exams. May 5, 2025. Throw away the key. Trump orders reopening of notorious Alcatraz prison to lock away the dregs of society. Trump orders 100% tariff on foreign-made movies to save dying Hollywood. Trump says, "I don't know if everyone is entitled to due process." Donald Trump shown as ripped Sith Lord in AI photo posted by White House. Trump unveils bold golden dome for America missile defense shield and new budget proposal. Trump pushes for total dismantlement of Iran's nuclear program. Trump says Mexico's Sheinbaum refused U.S. troop offer out of fear of cartels. Iran vows swift retaliation against U.S. and Israel if attacked. Wanton cruelty. Trans athletes see sports ban as step toward social erasure. Elon Musk Starbase is now a real city. Nail salon employee pleads guilty after netting nearly $1 million by outsourcing U.S. government tech jobs to China and North Korea. Nursing student killed days before graduating was allegedly stabbed by roommate over dispute about their cats. 2 arrested over bomb plot targeting Lady Gaga concert in Rio, attended by millions. SNL jokes about Donald Trump helping Mark Carney win federal election in cold open. Trump open to extending TikTok sale deadline for a third time. The destruction of the Department of Justice. What's behind China's anti-corruption crackdown targeting top military brass? May 6, 2025. Fiesta Forever fail. Cinco de Mayo events canceled for fear of ICE raids. People very scared. Thinking of going back to Mexico. Airport detentions have travelers freaked out. MAGA world rallies behind Minnesota woman after her racist attack on a 5-year-old. NIH shutters experimentation labs following accusations of beagle abuse spanning 40-plus years. Mike Pence receives JFK Courage Award for doing his job on January 6th. Hegseth orders 20% reduction of 4-star generals and admirals. For the books. Photographer wins Pulitzer for capturing photo of mid-air bullet inches from Trump. Star shocks Met Gala with image of Rosa Parks on her crotch. Barstool Sports founder retracts Auschwitz tour offered a customer an anti-Semitic sign incident. Prepare to help. Jill Biden finds a new gig in the swamp. Heineken to invest £40 million to reopen dozens of pubs and create 1,000 jobs. Pepsi knocked out of America's top 3 sodas in humiliating shakeup. FDA to monitor vaccine injuries in real time to ensure transparency. Swiss university secretly ran AI experiment to manipulate minds. X-ray reveals ancient Greek 1st century BC Vesuvius scroll. Why flying through Newark feels cursed right now? Maple Leafs fume after goalie Anthony Solars leaves arena on a stretcher and win over Panthers. May 7, 2025. India attacks Pakistan with airstrikes as Karachi threatens to retaliate, prompting fears of war between nuclear-armed giants. New UK trade deal with India could mean the end of annoying spam texts. Trump says bombing of Yemen to stop as Oman confirms U.S. Houthi ceasefire. Mark Carney tells Donald Trump Canada is not for sale in historic meeting at the White House. U.S. orders intelligence agencies to step up spying on Greenland. Trump administration may soon deport migrants to Libya, U.S. officials say. Trump's ICE raids restaurant owned by CBS anchor's husband. Trump administration shuts down CDC's Infection Control Committee. Columbia University lays off around 180 staff after Trump administration revokes grants. Supreme Court allows military's trans ban to take effect immediately. Trump finally drops the anti-Semitism pretext. Make America film again. Hollywood bigwigs want middle-class Americans to subsidize garbage movies. Trump's media company is offering movies about lizard people and other wild conspiracy theories. Second U.S. Navy jet is lost at sea from Truman aircraft carrier. African cardinals become younger via Vatican legal fiction ahead of conclave. The death of old Europe. The living corpses in Brussels have forgotten how to fight for their world. Kentucky boy uses mother's phone to order 70,000 dum-dum suckers to share with his friends. May 8, 2025. The bubble blasters and other Chinese goods that are paralyzed by trade chaos. Trump says he'll decide on name of Persian Gulf on Middle East visit. Black smoke pours from Sistine Chapel chimney, indicating no pope was elected as conclave opens. 2 Columbia safety officers hurt as scores of pro-Palestinian protesters force way into library. Deep state intel staffers once again leaking classified info to stop Trump's agenda. Roberts cautions judiciary must check the excesses of Trump. J.D. Vance joked that World Cup visitors could be deported if they don't leave after the tournament, and the left is freaking out about it. Trump appoints Real Housewives star to Holocaust Museum board. Epitomizes the cesspool of corruption in Albany. New York Republicans react to slush fund for AG Letitia James. Game on. Department of Government Efficiency hearing on trans athletes in women's sports descends into chaos. China's Xi Jinping arrives in Moscow hailing historic ties and true friendship. Meta is recruiting former Pentagon officials as it ramps up military ambitions. Major UK hospital forced to close all wards after outbreak of serious virus. Edison Electric Tower at center of Eaton fire investigation is dismantled and removed for testing. Infamous alien thief from viral Chinese tourist camera video strikes again. This time, an alleged knife attack. Disturbing footage shows Cher's sweat-stained zombie son shuffling around Chateau Marmont with leg sores amid divorce. After an Arizona man was shot, an AI voice of him addresses his killer in court. May 9, 2025. Eagle firing AR-15 emerges from Vatican indicating an American Pope has been selected. Much like LA, this American-born Pope transcends borders. Robert Prevost, first Pope from U.S. in history of the Catholic Church, takes the name Leo XIV. Leo XIV calls for church to build bridges. MAGA melts down over first American Pope. Pope Leo XIV already engulfed in child sex abuse scandal just hours after being elected as first American pontiff. Hegseth moves to oust trans people from military after Supreme Court ruling. China's exports to U.S. plunge as Trump's tariffs bite. Trump names Fox's Pirro as interim U.S. attorney for D.C. after dropping earlier pick. Trump fires Librarian of Congress. Biden says he wasn't surprised Kamala lost to Trump. FBI officially launches criminal investigation into New York AG Letitia James over suspected mortgage fraud. Georgia police pull over college student, discover her whole family is in U.S. illegally. Private prison CEO on ICE contracts. We're a better deal than El Salvador's Secote. This new Malia Obama-directed Nike ad featuring Aya Wilson is a love letter to black girls. Michelle Obama says Barack told her she's next up after her mom's death. AI is a perfect storm threatening humanity. May 10, 2025. Trump administration mulls suspending habeas corpus for illegal aliens. Judge pauses much of Trump administration's massive downsizing of federal agencies. Muster up. Trump DOD takes sledgehammer to race-based admissions policies for military academies. Trump cuts ties with Netanyahu, is furious over Israeli PM trying to start war with Iran. No one is above the law. Newark Mayor Ras Baraka arrested for trespassing at ICE detention facility. Glam Slam. Balkan beauty hedge fund known for steamy bikini selfies banned from U.S. over immigration lies. The new pope is American. He's one implausible choice from proving some early American alarmists correct. Pope Leo XIV speaks English. That's bad news for J.D. Vance. America's richest foundations team up against feared Trump assault. Knives out. Colleagues say disgraceful Fetterman leaks are part of coordinated media attack. The partisan mind virus. Taylor Swift breaks silence on Blake Lively v. Justin Baldoni drama with irate reaction to being subpoenaed as a witness at trial. 50 Cent rejects Diddy's argument Cassie was abusive, deploys AI pics. Prince Harry caught on Ring camera knocking on random doors. BBC bargain hunt star Ochuko Ojiri pleads guilty to terrorist financing. Convicted road rage assailant released from jail in SoCal arrested in similar attack in Hawaii. United Methodist pastor tells congregation that it's okay to be a fig tree that produces no fruit. We are already enough. May 11, 2025. Anti-Trump clown got bulldozed by reporter for attempting to spread fake news about U.S.-China trade. Mexico sues Google for following Trump's Gulf of America name change, Scheinbaum says. Why Trump is obsessed with altering the world's maps. World Catholics see the first American pope as hardly American. Young men are leading a religious resurgence. The tip of the birthright citizenship iceberg floats towards the Supreme Court. Dem Senate candidates running in toss-up states sponsor bill to eliminate women's sports. Daughter of Maggie Gyllenhaal and Peter Sarsgaard arrested at Columbia University protests. Toxic chlorine cloud in Spain forces 160,000 people indoors across major city. USSR launched spacecraft falls into Indian Ocean. FAA greenlights 5 times more Starship launches as Mars mission looms. SpaceX employee canned over excessive bathroom use. Florida dad reveals utterly disgusting cost of taking family of 4 for a day at Disney World. Elizabeth Holmes' partner raises millions for new biotech testing startup. Chinese algorithm beats veteran human controller in FPV drone race. Trump fires director of U.S. Copyright Office, sources say. Recount sees liberals take Quebec riding of Terrebonne by single vote. May 12, 2025. Zelensky urges Russia to accept truce, says awaits Putin in Turkey. Trump defends the prospect of Qatar gifting him a plane to use as Air Force One. U.S. and China reach deal to cut trade deficit, U.S. officials say. Amid climate and U.S. sanction pressures, China builds mighty ocean simulator. Most favored nation. Trump to sign executive order to cut prescription drug prices by 30 to 80%, he says, to match other countries. Jasmine Crockett admits Dems abandoning diversity push and rallying behind white male for 2028. Jaw-dropping moment, cops shoot at boys, aged 7 and 9, in Minecraft and Star Wars pajamas after they refused to drop handgun. Convicted killer dies after falling from roof of iconic landmark. Did you shoot someone in self-defense? There's an insurance policy for that. Selena Gomez's mental health startup couldn't pay its employees last month. U.S. halts cattle imports from Mexico, citing fears of flesh-eating maggot. 115-year-old British woman named world's oldest living person. The network evening news is in flux. Why an American TV institution is under pressure. Sweden's security advisor resigns less than 24 hours after appointment, after sensitive Grindr pictures emerge. Pope Leo XIV bro may need to do some Hail Marys for NSFW language. Shared post calling Nancy Pelosi a C-word. How Trump's last-minute contract decisions sent brains to the grave. Donald Trump helped ancient Russians defeat space lizards. Western elites don't want you to know. May 13, 2025. Trump's diplomatic frenzy spins big gambles as signs of success. Trump's Saudi Arabia visit heralds a new era of economic diplomacy. Bullying only leads to self-isolation, she says after U.S. trade breakthrough. Trump's Qatari plane might just be a Trojan horse. Trump accepts generous gift of Imperial-class Star Destroyer from Emperor Palpatine. Erdogan announces milestone as PKK declares dissolution. Episcopal Church refuses to resettle white Afrikaners, citing moral opposition. David Hogg is now in serious trouble at the DNC. British PM Keir Starmer's townhouse caught fire today, the same day he called on the UK to reduce immigration. Thought crime. Retired officer suing after he's arrested for social media post warning about growing danger. Diddy's defense comes into focus. Deviant domestic abuser, but no criminal. Rapper Tory Lanez is hospitalized after stabbing by other inmate in California prison. Truth behind President Macron cocaine video revealed. The stunning reason why so many are convinced that Elon Musk is the father of Amber Heard's surprise new baby twins, says Alison Boshoff. John Legend on Kanye West's descent into anti-Semitism and anti-blackness. The AI tutors for kids gave fentanyl recipes and dangerous diet advice. Hockey Canada complainant says it could be possible she pulled player into bathroom where alleged assault happened. May 14, 2025. Menendez brothers resentenced to 50 years to life and eligible for parole. Trump pulls sanctions on Syria and extends olive branch to Iran. Saudi Arabia signs deals worth more than $300 billion with U.S., Crown Prince confirms. Qatar Airways announces deal to buy hundreds of Boeing jets. Jealous Trump wanted free plane to look as good as royals. Decision is in. Judge rules Trump can deport criminal illegal immigrants with Alien Enemies Act. Ocasio-Cortez warns. Trump admin will have a problem if more Democrats arrested. This is not America. GOP-backed bill threatens to police what Americans can read, watch, and say online. Jake Tapper's new book says Joe Biden didn't recognize George Clooney. Glad to see the media reporting on this long after it mattered. Saving Private Biden, Spielberg hired to cover up president's struggles. Cassie Ventura details Diddy's 4-day marathon freak-off and emotional court appearance. The picture Diddy didn't want you to see. How rapper posted then deleted snap with Kim Kardashian, bleary-eyed Kate Moss and Naomi Campbell after wild night in Ibiza. Jamie Lee Curtis just wanted an AI ad removed, not to become the poster child of internet fakery. Report says Microsoft to lay off 3% of workforce, affecting thousands. Trump administration's universal flu vaccine project puzzles scientists. Dream crusher. Democratic state rep flatly tells teen girls he will block bill protecting women's sports. Dark day for baseball. MLB decision on Pete Rose opens floodgates. May 15, 2025. Fizzling out. For once, Dems weren't gung-ho about Trump impeachment push. Derangement diagnosis. Trump honored by Democrats continued attacks as he amasses historic victories. Top Iranian official says Tehran would forego highly enriched uranium in nuclear deal with Trump. The road to Trump's embrace of white South Africans. Trump would like to discuss immigration with surprise choice Pope Leo. Republicans are talking about giving AI companies legal carte blanche to beat China. Here's why that's a mistake. Ben and Jerry's co-founder arrested at U.S. Senate after protesting war in Gaza. Poland is bracing for a potential Russian invasion. U.S. approves possible sale of missiles to Turkey. 50 Cent goes on a 24-hour Diddy trolling spree. TikTok beauty influencer shot dead during live stream in Mexico. Woke governor turns on illegal migrants as bizarre Democrat policy threatens to bankrupt Deep Blue state. Grand jury indicts Wisconsin judge on obstruction charges alleging she helped illegal evade ICE inside courthouse. ICE duped a federal judge into allowing raid on Columbia student dorms. More than 1,000 Starbucks baristas go on strike to protest new dress code. Bags of cash from drug cartels flood teller windows at U.S. banks. Harvard's unofficial copy of Magna Carta is actually an original, experts say. May 16, 2025. In Abu Dhabi, Trump makes first visit to a mosque as president. Trump agrees deal for UAE to build largest AI campus outside U.S. Deep state dog whistle. James Comey posts 8647-foot. Former FBI director claims ignorance of meaning, deletes. Minnesota law enforcement secretly prepping for riots ahead of Trump's planned pardon of Officer Derek Chauvin. Pentagon to use health screenings to remove transgender troops. Trump admin admits it could game court system without nationwide injunctions. How Trump's war on woke DEI is spreading to states. Get out sooner rather than later. Yale professors flee U.S. over fascism concerns. The day Grok told everyone about white genocide. Justin Bieber not a Diddy victim. Meta battles an epidemic of scams as criminals flood Instagram and Facebook. Walmart, Mattel, and other retailers to boost prices as trade war hits shoppers. Condo owners sue over New York skyscraper they say is riddled with thousands of severe cracks. Denver air traffic control outage leaves up to 20 pilots without communication. Ukrainian man charged with arson over fires at properties linked to Keir Starmer. Bronze Melania Trump statue cut off at the ankles and stolen. China has world's fastest rising number of dementia cases. May 17, 2025. U.S. loses last top credit rating with downgrade from Moody's. Supreme Court again halts Trump's Alien Enemies Act deportations. The last line of defense. The courts versus Trump. Released audio shows Biden struggling with severe memory lapses in interview with Robert Hur. Can't answer basic questions from coddling special counsel. Doesn't know when son passed away. Another House Democrat plans to force Trump impeachment vote. Billions were being pissed away on Ukraine aid, says Trump. Trump's Mideast tour boosts Arab states at Israel's expense. Seething Travis Kelce slams Trump over comments about Taylor Swift's looks and vows fierce retaliation. IRS quietly puts on new face, ousts anti-Trump spokeswoman with drunk driving record. Trump team pretends to be horrified as pretext to target Comey. MS-13 gangsters in LA killed member who was FBI informant, feds say. 10 escaped from New Orleans jail through hole in cell wall while lone guard left to get food. Largest antebellum mansion in the South, built in 1859 with 165 rooms, burns to the ground. Pope Leo XIV says, family is founded on stable union between man and woman, the unborn have inherent dignity. British warship shoots down supersonic missiles in historic first for Navy. Walpole complains not many restaurants left in D.C. if ICE enforces immigration laws. Worrying. America is just as unprepared now for a giant monkey climbing skyscrapers as we were in 1933. May 18, 2025. Mexican Navy tall ship lost power before Brooklyn Bridge crash that injured dozens, says NYPD. The Palm Springs fertility clinic explosion was an intentional act of terrorism. Let's talk about the alleged manifesto since the FBI won't. Iran's leaders slammed Trump for disgraceful remarks during Middle East tour. Trump warns Walmart. Don't raise prices due to my tariffs, but do eat the costs from those taxes. Deranged Trump boosts bonkers Clinton kill list conspiracy. Audio reveals Biden confusing date of son Bo's death. Trump renews Biden autopaying criticism after her tape leak. Trump's actions are pushing thousands of experts to flee government. Does it matter if the Pope is black? Satellite images show apocalyptic wall of dust swallowing Chicago. Terrifying flight as 200 passengers without pilot for 10 minutes after co-pilot faints. U.S. government to sell propaganda HQ, says Bloomberg. Study says nobody thinks they're stupid, but many are. Oklahoma high schools to teach 2020 election conspiracy theories as fact. Diddy party pics from night he allegedly overdosed at Playboy Mansion. Severed fingers and wrench attacks rattle the crypto elite. China uses carrots and sticks to boost military ranks and discourage dodgers. May 19, 2025. Biden diagnosed with aggressive form of metastatic prostate cancer that has spread to his bones. MAGA quickly turns Biden's cancer into another conspiracy. House Budget Panel approves Trump megabill following hardliner resistance. FBI calls blast near fertility clinic terrorism. Car bombing suspect appears to be motivated by antinatalist ideology, officials say. FBI Deputy Director Dan Bongino drops Jeffrey Epstein bombshell that sends MAGA conspiracy theorists wild. Trump tells Walmart eat the tariffs after retailer warns of higher prices. Here's what could go up in price. Patel announces imminent release of newly discovered Russiagate hoax documents, slams former FBI officials. UFO striking fighter jet is among swarm of mystery objects spotted near U.S. military sites in Arizona. Birds in the Bay Area are mysteriously exploding mid-air. What is going on? New evidence suggests Noah's wife was steering the ark when it hit Mount Ararat. Trump's new Qatari jet would be just like the Statue of Liberty, obviously. Gwyneth Paltrow. If you don't like my vagina-scented candle, go F yourself. 5 reasons why non-English speaking truck drivers threaten American lives. China speeds up Pakistan dam construction after Indian threat to cut supplies. Trump the grifter. Mitch Marner and the Maple Leafs exit in disarray after Game 7 meltdown on home ice. May 20th, 2025. Newly resurfaced video appears to show Biden admitting to having cancer in 2022. Biden skipped releasing physical test results that may have caught prostate cancer. Dilbert comic creator reveals prostate cancer diagnosis. Representative LaMonica McIver slapped with federal charges over melee at ICE detention facility. At least 50 migrants sent to El Salvador prison entered U.S. legally, report finds. Evil man. Social media erupts after Chuck Schumer blames Trump for deadly Brooklyn Bridge shipwreck. Putin just showed Trump how little he needs him. China to launch world's first drone mothership. Nonprofit killer provision quietly disappears from Trump's big, beautiful bill. DOJ opens investigation into Chicago's employment practices after mayor bragged about racial discrimination. Trump, stuck on Beyoncé Springsteen hype for Harris, wants major investigation on celebrity endorsements. Sean Diddy Combs' hotel room had baby oil, pink ketamine, and $9,000 cash. See newly revealed evidence photos. Third man arrested over arson attacks on properties linked to Keir Starmer. Shipment of thousands of chicks found abandoned in USPS truck now overwhelming an animal shelter. Once considered conspiracy theory, weather control latest Maha battleground. Democrats' litmus test. What did you know about Biden's decline and when? Pope Leo meets with Vance, who delivers an invitation to visit the White House. May 21, 2025. DOJ opens investigation into Andrew Cuomo over pandemic testimony to Congress. Senate Dems hand Trump a win by backing stablecoin bill. Trump unveils plan for £130 billion Golden Dome inspired by Israeli shield. Sotomayor and Jackson dissent from emergency relief for Republican lawmaker. Vance looks to cultivate a relationship with the Pope as a new U.S. diplomatic partner. Let's talk about what happened today with Nancy Mace. Schumer blames deadly Mexican Navy Brooklyn Bridge wreck on Elon Musk's Doge audits. Biden was last screened for prostate cancer in 2014 before diagnosis. MSNBC's Joe Scarborough forced to explain why he thought Biden was at his best ever in March 2024. U.S. must keep control of migrants sent to South Sudan and case removals were unlawful, judge rules. Escapee captured. 5th of 10 escaped New Orleans inmates recaptured, authorities say. George Wendt, who played Norm on Cheers, has died. Apparently, Bill Belichick's girlfriend is saying they're engaged. Comey claims complete innocence with 8647 social media post, arguing it was clever with an artistic flair. Elmo survived the culture war, but he might not survive what's coming next. Ontario developer charged for illegal sale of hundreds of pre-construction homes. At least 2 newspapers syndicated AI garbage. May 22, 2025. Embassy attack. 2 Israeli embassy staffers about to be engaged gunned down by suspect who yelled "Free, Free Palestine" near DC's Capitol Jewish Museum. The Christian rights plot to purge pro-Palestine activism from the United States. War zone. Why Indian forces have launched a deadly assault on Maoists. Kneecap rapper charged with terror offense over Hezbollah flag at London gig. Trump ambushes South Africa's president with false claims of white genocide. Roll the tape. Trump forces country's president to watch video of leaders calling for genocide. Trump casts himself as a protector of persecuted white people. Biden administration hid deadly health risks of COVID vaccines, bombshell report finds. Whoopi Goldberg claims she can't point to anything showcasing Biden's mental decline. Democrats and Republicans have found something that unites them. Flesh-eating parasites. Disney CEO told The View hosts to tone down Trump bashing. ICE agents are camped outside immigration courts to make arrests. After illegal immigrant adult allegedly impersonated a high school student for over a year, Moreno wants answers. I'm back. Manny Pacquiao coming out of retirement to face Mario Barrios in Las Vegas title fight. A renowned mountain guide puts clients on Everest summit less than a week after they left London. China's vegetable capital to test farming know-how in UAE's harsh deserts. Chevron oil platform catches fire off Angola coast. May 23, 2025. Can we wait a while before dehumanizing the victims of the DC Jewish Museum shooting? Trump administration blocks Harvard from enrolling international students, escalating radical fight. Summers slams Trump's move against Harvard as stuff of tyranny. Supreme Court kills the independent agency. Trump is king. U.S. Senate to investigate who really ran country under Biden. Hundreds join Trump at exclusive dinner, dreaming of crypto fortunes. Big banks explore venturing into crypto world together with joint stablecoin. Biden officials misled about vaccine myocarditis risk, Senate report says. Young men aren't slacking off. They're being boxed out by cheap replacements. Former LA deputy mayor made City Hall bomb threat during meeting, plea deal reveals. Elon Musk's X crashes in sweeping global outage. Has Grok AI been possessed by Bill Gates? Pokemon Go made Niantic billions. Now it's ditching gaming for AI. Tom Brady, 47, set to come out of retirement. Wild plan for return as quarterback revealed. Devil Wears Prada drummer killed in San Diego plane crash, family says. Historic Chinese building's roof fall revives concerns about shoddy construction. North Korean destroyer capsizes in front of Supreme Leader during launch ceremony. May 24, 2025. Administration seeks extensive student data in campaign to control Harvard. Heist. Senate hearing uncovers $93 billion sent from Department of Education to entities with no financials or oversight in 76 days between Trump win and Biden exit. Shakeup at the top. Trump admin targets deep state with plans to overhaul National Security Council. Trump administration trying to dismiss MS-13 leader's charges to deport him. Illegal alien nabbed after voting in U.S. elections and stealing $400,000 in benefits using stolen identity. Suspected terrorist charged with gunning down Israeli diplomats in D.C. has links to radical groups funded by socialist multimillionaire. The Supreme Court just rewarded Trump for brazenly breaking the law. How John Fetterman became Trump's favorite Democrat. Trump flexes his muscles to force Republicans to a deal. The controversy over live facial recognition cameras in New Orleans. Netanyahu was at his diabolical best in his latest conspiratorial horror show. China greenlights megacanal linking Jiangxi's resources to Zhejiang's wealth. Thailand readies homecoming for stolen ancient statues located in U.S. museum. Not satire. Turkey weighs citizens and public to combat obesity. Britney Spears given warning after lighting cigarette on flight, and it's not the first time. Teen girl in D.C. accidentally shoots self and dies making social media video. Video shows moment the OceanGate submersible implosion reaches the ocean surface. May 25, 2025. Gabbard declassifies docs showing Biden classified opponents of COVID mandates domestic violent extremists. Fury as top military schools are caught in secret plots to usurp Trump's orders. Trump hijacks West Point ceremony to rant about drag shows. Trump says, the job of the U.S. Armed Forces is not to host drag shows, to transform foreign cultures, or to spread democracy at the point of a gun. Harvard digs in for battle, but Trump's blows are landing. The gaslighting continues. Jeffrey Goldberg says people who think media covered up for Biden don't understand how reporting works. We needed sources inside to tell us he's mentally diminished. Judge in Derek Chauvin case breaks silence, calls out defund police crowd for complicating trial. Worker killed in sewage boat explosion on New York City's Hudson River. 5 illegal capybaras seized with crack cocaine after police chase. Planned Parenthood to close 8 centers across Iowa and Minnesota amid federal funding cuts. Amazon-backed AI model would try to blackmail engineers who threaten to take it offline. AI hallucinations. A budding sentience or a global embarrassment? PLA scientists reveal tech breakthrough behind world's fastest coil gun. Why Vietnam ignored its own laws to fast-track a Trump family golf complex. An Oregon man who quit his job to set sail with his cat arrives to cheering fans in Hawaii. California turns on water to create new wetlands on the shore of the shrinking Salton Sea. Pendulum swing. Companies retreat from gay pride events across U.S. amid Trump admin's DEI crackdown. May 26, 2025. President Donald Trump says Russian leader Vladimir Putin has gone absolutely crazy. Donald Trump blasts Putin. What the hell happened to him? Gaza's youngest influencer among children killed by Israel in last 2 days. U.S. citizen arrested for attempted firebombing of U.S. Embassy office in Tel Aviv. Mob wreaks havoc in downtown LA, tagging buildings and trains as someone breathes fire. Teen charged in Austin Metcalf's murder set to be tried as an adult, faces life in prison. Come see the wokies who virtue signal today in remembrance of George Floyd. The coming Democratic Civil War. What is he doing? Harris fumed over Biden wearing Trump hat, saying it was completely unhelpful. Patients navigate an absolutely insane maze to afford weight loss drugs. Bill to display 10 commandments in schools nears Abbott's desk. Buying 100% made in America is really, really hard. These people are trying. Defense Secretary Hegseth puts new limits on press access at the Pentagon. British woman held in custody after 172,000 pounds of cannabis found inside her suitcase. Completely insane. Wired posts DIY video for building Luigi Mangioni's ghost gun. International cyber battle champions crowned at Hackfest in Moscow. China's mega bridges. Build smarter, build higher, build where others won't dare. May 27, 2025. MAGA divided as Trump turns on Putin. Western interference in Middle East is over, U.S. envoy Barack says. Jake Tapper admits Dem cover-up of Biden's cognitive decline may be worse than Watergate. Trump peppers Memorial Day speech with personal boasting and partisan attacks. Freedom isn't free. Navy SEAL reflects on Memorial Day and the true meaning of sacrifice. King Charles arrives in Canada for ultimate Trump snub. Rough landing. French First Lady shoves President Macron in face during Vietnam arrival. Car plows into football fans at Liverpool parade, 27 in hospital. Seattle mayor condemns Christians after their worship service gets attacked by Antifa. FBI re-examining Dobbs' opinion leak, DC pipe bombs and White House cocaine cases. Internet searches for by a suppressor erupt after Big Beautiful Bill clears house. More than 50 men entered U.S. legally only to later be sent to Secot, report finds. Doge says Social Security officially removes 12.3 million persons listed age 120 plus. Joins 2.1 million non-citizens collecting Social Security benefits in 2024. Crypto boss chained up and electrocuted tourist before taunting him with chainsaw. Look away, Ben. Jennifer Lopez fans revolt in disgust as desperate singer locks lips with multiple backup dancers at AMAs, and one kiss goes too far. She's lost the plot. Competitive eater Joey Chestnut beats his own popcorn eating record. Oh no! Phil Robertson greeted in heaven by 12 million angry ducks. May 28, 2025. Diddy's ex-employee, Capricorn Clark, rips Cassie on stand, says she's no Whitney or Mariah. Tearful Savannah Crisley reveals President Trump just called me at Sam's Club to say he pardoned parents Todd and Julie. Trump says Golden Dome will be free for Canada if it joins the U.S. North Korea says Trump's Golden Dome is the height of self-righteousness. Trump lawyer in Harvard battle says DOJ intends to sue UC over anti-Semitism allegations. Newly released footage. 2 female Secret Service agents engage in brawl outside Obama's D.C. mansion. Manhunt launched for ex-police chief known as Devil in the Ozarks after his escape from prison. North Korea infiltrates U.S. remote jobs with the help of everyday Americans. Elon Musk Starship spins out of control in brutal metaphor. Pioneering aerospace medicine program to study long-term effects of space travel. Something terrible is happening at the top of the world. Violent Antifa mob disrupts Seattle Christian concert, leftist mayor blasts event as a far-right rally, and Judge frees arrested commies. So, Angel Reese just lied about racist Indiana Fever fans. Fishing captain sentenced for shooting and poisoning dolphins. RFK Jr. dropping COVID vaccine guidance for kids and pregnant women. 60 Minutes anchor's anti-Trump diatribe was more of the same warped, distorted nonsense that puts the BS in CBS. The New Dark Age. May 29, 2025. Court says Trump doesn't have the authority to set tariffs. U.S. to aggressively revoke Chinese student visas, Secretary of State Marco Rubio says. Fetterman went to Israel on NYC mental health nonprofit's dime. Biden admin whistleblowers have now confessed to the Trump DOJ that a secret Politburo illegally ruled America over the past 4 years via the infamous autopen. David Hogg caught on camera saying Jill Biden's chief of staff essentially ran the White House. Savannah Crisley gets teary-eyed before picking up Todd from prison. It's all God and President Trump. The Trump presidency's world historical heist. Donald Trump's decades-long obsession with eugenics. Shell game. FBI Director Kash Patel reveals agency overwhelmed by James Comey copycats, forcing agents off child sex predator and drug trafficking cases. Kash Patel repeats Epstein's suicide claim, says he won't rush to release files. Tate brothers face rape and trafficking charges in UK. Caves and abandoned cabins are searched as the hunt for the devil in the Ozarks continues. Man who tried to bomb ex's house dies after explosive bounced back and hit him. Governor DeSantis signs bill imposing tougher penalties for those who abandon pets during natural disasters. Texas is about to pass the most ridiculous marijuana ban in the country. D.C. Airport celebrates Pride Month amid series of plane mishaps. UK eyeing permanent Arctic military presence. May 30, 2025. Democrat threatens revenge against Elon. Representative Subramaniam says most likely committed crimes. Once in power, we will investigate. Trump to declare Syria a state that doesn't sponsor terrorism, says U.S. envoy. Allow me to retort. Trump blasts backroom hustlers in legal battle over tariffs, says U.S. will lose trillions. Trump is weaponizing the Justice Department to advance his voter suppression plans. ICE gets staggering new mission that will leave illegal migrants and gang members terrified. Investigators believe migrant in Trump death threat case was framed. White House Chief of Staff hit by wild impersonator plot. Newsom taunts Trump after tariffs loss. It's raining tacos. Wait till you read what's coming out. FBI Deputy Director Bongino reveals hidden room full of Comey-era evidence. FBI says upcoming video will disprove Epstein murder theories. Prosecutors quietly drop charge over leaked video of DC plane crash. Trump could end Diddy trial with presidential pardon, expert says. White House Maher report may have garbled science by using AI, experts say. Hegseth orders Pentagon's testing office staff cut by more than half. Growing instability. Marine General warns African terror groups gaining capacity to attack U.S. homeland. Is Trump falling out of love with Putin? Kindergartners taken to hospital after classmate brings Jell-O shots to school. May 31, 2025. Trump announces 50% steel tariffs and hails blockbuster deal with Japan. Trump claims China has totally violated tariff pause deal. Elon Musk shows up with blackout at Trump's event bidding him farewell. Elon Musk cooked the New York Times in the Oval Office, and Trump's reaction was hilarious. Touchdown. Trump gifted custom Steelers jersey as players join him on Pennsylvania stage. X implodes after Trump praises it as free speech platform. Trump rejects $15 million Paramount settlement offer stemming from 60 Minutes Kamala Harris lawsuit. Pressed on Medicaid cuts, Iowa's Ernst tells constituents, "Well, we're all going to die." Secret Service whistleblower said Biden would get lost in his closet at the White House, says Senator Hawley. Israel exposes first use of laser air defense. What it is and how it works. The State Department published a Substack manifesto on Western civilization heritage. The Nobel Prize winner who thinks we have the universe all wrong. Elite Western universities form a corrupt and parasitic empire. Fentanyl use and drug deals cluster around a few Portland Plaid pantry stores. Chain's boss worries it will get worse. U.S. airlines start quietly charging more for solo travelers. Woman arrested for assaulting kid who called her Miss Piggy on flight home from Disney World. Loretta Swit, who played libido-driven Major Hot Lips Houlihan on MASH, dies at 87.